Plaintiffs are entitled to judgment against defendant for actual and punitive damages plus costs, fees, and interest. Slander and slander per se. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant made false statements about the plaintiffs on March 27th, 2025, April 23rd, 2025, April 30th, 2025, May 16th, 2025, and May 17th, 2025. And those statements were published and republished on YouTube by defendant and by others on social media platforms. Now, just in case you don't know, libel is written and slander is spoken, just so you know. Defendant's statements falsely accused plaintiffs of crimes and moral failings, thus constituting slander per se. Said statements do not enjoy constitutional protection as they were made knowingly with and or reckless disregard of the truth. Said statements harm plaintiffs' reputation, standing in the community, occupation, and expose plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. Defendant repeated these false statements even after learning of the truth via the C&D. Defendant's false statements published after receiving the C&D constitute malicious and or intentional conduct. As a proximate result of defendant's slander and slander per se, plaintiffs incurred general monetary and financial damages. As a result and proximate result of defendant's slander and slander per se, plaintiffs have suffered actual damages. Defendant's conduct was intentional, malicious, and or in reckless disregard for the rights of others, especially defendant's slanderous statements published after she received the C&D. Punitive damages should be awarded against defendant to punish her and deter others. Plaintiffs are entitled to judgment against defendant for actual and punitive damages, plus cost, fees, and interest. False light, invasion of privacy. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant's false statements, as described above, were made publicly and placed plaintiffs in a false light. Defendant's false statements were highly offensive to reasonable people. Defendant knew or should have known the statements were false and are acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Alternatively, defendant should have had serious doubt about the truthfulness of her public statements, placing the plaintiffs in a false light. Defendant acted recklessly, maliciously, and or intentionally, especially when repeated knowingly false statements after she was served with the C&D. As a result of defendant placing plaintiffs in a false light, plaintiffs suffered general monetary and financial damages. Plaintiffs are entitled to an award of all damages defendant caused, including but not limited to financial losses, personal injuries, property injuries, injuries to plaintiffs' standing and reputation in the community, plaintiffs' personal humiliation, plaintiffs' mental anguish and suffering, and punitive damages.